Before getting into the product details and the features, let me provide you an overview of Couchbase Analytics Service. Couchbase Analytics Service helps users analyze adjacent data in near real time or real time without the need to extract, transform, and load your data into a separate system. That allows you to develop insight-driven applications easily and quickly. For example, these applications which you see are underlying transactional applications. They go into and store into your Couchbase data service. Analytics service enables, and users do this by creating a shadow copies of the underlying buckets or collections of the data which they would like to further analyze. And when these shadow data sets or collections get created, they're connected to the operational data or the query. With this continuous ingestion using database change protocol between operational nodes and the analytical nodes, it enables workload isolation that allows operational and analytics queries to run concurrently without impacting one another. Two key focus areas, the operational analytics and real-time. Operational analytics is the process to use data analysis and business intelligence to improve the efficiency and streamline everyday operations in real time. It's a new set of combination of databases, workload, and system demands to achieve a competitive advantage for the modern enterprise. Hi, everyone. My name is Idris. I'm a product manager at Couchbase, managing the Couchbase Analytics products and services. Today, I'm here to talk about a product feature which we launched in Q3 last year called Remote Links, the ability to analyze data across multiple Couchbase clusters. One of the key use cases and the motivation from our customers was that they wanted to extend the analytics reach to ingest data from multiple Couchbase clusters and data to be more consolidated. And use cases included combining and correlating data from multiple locations, multiple applications across multiple different regions of data spanning into different geographies. They also wanted to optimize the resources and enable faster time to insights so that customers can gain more insight immediately by performing correlations across different sets of data. At the same time, they also wanted to lower the analytics total cost of ownership because the possibility of having an independent analytics cluster can reduce or eliminate the need of analytics nodes to be included in each individual cluster. So let's go. I'm going to walk you through a demo of how to set up these remote links, how to query some of these data, and show you some of the valuable capabilities of remote links. So we have a cluster here in analytics, 3 analytics nodes, 3 data nodes. We have no data yet. What we're going to do is we're going to set up some remote links from a couple underlying Couchbase clusters, get the data streaming from there, and apply some analytics and do some querying on that. So first thing, I'm going to go to analytics. I'm going to add a new link, and I'm going to create. Before we add this, I'm going to give you a context. We have a underlying cluster which has got an e-commerce data for all the United States data, US data, and all the related for all the different states. And we have another data cluster which actually has all the non-US data. So we're going to extract both of these data and analyze in the analytics service. So let's get started and add the analytics service. So first thing, we need to set up a link. So there are 2 types of link, Couchbase type, which is connecting to your Couchbase clusters, and type S3, which I'll cover in another session. Let's set up a link here of type, let's call it remote link for all the US orders coming from one of these US data cluster, and set up the host name, the credentials, all right. Once you do this, you can see that we have a remote link set for all the orders which might be coming from US. We don't have the data yet. So yes, let's add another link, and we'll do similarly. We'll go add a link here. This time we will add the link with the credentials of the other server, and This is the non-US orders and the credentials for the other server. As you can see, we have the two links created. Now let's go and create some data sets for each of these. So under the non-US orders, let's create a data set of from the e-commerce non-US bucket, which is right here in the non-US data cluster, right? And the billing country is not equals US. So we get that. You'll see that we have created a data set. We have not yet started to ingest data. So you can do this by connecting, by making the link active and clicking on this, or you can even fire a command called connect link, the name of the link name. Let's go create some data sets on the US data sets as well. So on the US, as you can see, we're not yet getting the data. Let's create some no data sets from the US cluster because there are some common data across both of these to get like the name of the products, the countries, the users, and so on and so forth. So let's go get some of that as well, so we can do some query. Okay. Okay, the country. Let's even get some users. Okay. As you can see, we have created some variety of sets here. We're going to click on this link to make it active. Once we do that, the data starts coming in from the underlying servers. As you can see, it says shopper mutations. Data is streaming from the various, and now it should be pretty much all set. So what we're going to do is, as you saw, it's very simple to create a link and create the data sets along with those links, and we were able to connect with the by getting the underlying streaming data. The shadow copy of the data sets are coming from the two different data clusters. Let's execute a query and try to get some data combining from both of these data sets across the two links. So we go through a simple example. So in this case, this is e-commerce data. We are going to get an aggregate data for all the data coming from the US. So we're going to get the top 3 selling products in the US. So by country, the top product, and by an order by the amount, the highest amount. And we're going to limit it to 3 products. We will then also get the similar thing from the non-US amounts. So this is going to query against the non-US orders, which is coming from this remote link. And then what we're going to do is we are going to union both of them for the US as well as non-US. And you're going to use a window function so we can actually aggregate the amount of those by the country and limit it to the 3. So this is very, very powerful capability in analytics service as well. And then finally, we will run the query, which is going to take the top 3 countries, which are union. By the way, these are using common table expressions, and this table now can be used as a table or as an object, and you can now combine that with other data sets here, and we'll get the data for Europe and North America only, and we should execute it. The reason I'm limiting it to 5 is because if I just limit 3, it's only going to get the US. So I want to show you that the 4th and the 5th one are actually coming from the other countries as well. So we go execute this thing. So essentially, it's executing around 1 million rows, and together it's combining. And now you can see that top 3 products within the US, and it's also getting data from Europe region as well. In this case, Estonia and Malta, and can see the amount. So you can see the power of the remote links, the ability to holistically get data into one place and bring in more analytics, more insights, more centralized in one place. Hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching.